Mr. Speaker, this week, the House begins deliberations on the majority budget for fiscal year 2015, better known as the Ryan budget. Sadly, it is reminiscent of the same misguided policy proposals rejected by the American people time after time. A budget is a moral document, a roadmap to fiscal stability and the security of the social safety net. The majority's budget does neither. It's not a serious document, and it is not responsible. According to the Center on Budget Policies and Priorities, nearly 70% of the cuts included in the majority's budget come from programs serving low and middle-income American families, like Pell Grants, SNAP, and Medicaid. Yet no cuts were made from defense funding. Instead, it received a near $500 million increase. Most would agree that a nation's budget reflects its priorities. Well, the majority's budget is a clear sign that economic prosperity for all is simply not that important, that equality is not that important. Many of my colleagues on the other side of the aisle are focused on shrinking the government at any cost, at all cost, even if it means doing so on the backs of the most vulnerable among us. The CBC substitute budget takes a different approach by offering a plan that reduces the deficit and alleviates the harm inflicted by sequestration in a responsible and fiscally sound way. The CBC substitute is focused on making our government work smarter and programs operate more efficiently. It provides a plan to turn our country's economy around and opens the door of opportunity for future generations. The CBC substitute includes initiatives that would provide immediate assistance to all Americans, like extending emergency unemployment insurance and raising the federal minimum wage, while also mapping out a long-term agenda for future economic growth. It reinforces support for critical safety net programs, provides resources to address persistent poverty, rebuilds our transportation infrastructure, and promotes domestic manufacturing. The CBC substitute proposes reforms to make our tax code more fair. Our budget eliminates a number of special tax breaks that benefit the wealthiest Americans and closes the international tax loopholes that move American jobs overseas. The CBC proposed tax reforms would save $2 trillion over a 10-year period and create jobs. By passing the CBC substitute, Congress can stimulate the economy while expanding the middle class. To my colleagues in the House, we have a blueprint. Let's build a better America together and move closer to giving everyone a budget and a country of which we can be proud. I yield back.
Gentlelady.